And so you see, the whole language of God is really the language of the heart. I'm not talking about the language of falling in love and romantic love in that sense of being the heart, but everything that He's working on is to change your heart, to touch your heart, to heal your heart, to fill your heart, to minister to your heart so that you become a free person. You see, if you've been deeply wounded in your life, that wound is a wound to your heart. And that wound stays there until God heals it. And so long as the wound is there, that part of you will limp or will be bent and twisted in some way and not operate the way it's supposed to operate. You know, I fell off a bike when I was a boy, 9 years of age, and I got a scar across my knee where the bar of the bike, just ran right across my knee. It was a rusty old bike and a rusty old bar, and it just tore all the skin right across my knee. And I remember at the time, like I cried like anything, and everyone helped me cry and took me home. And I remember when I got back, there was a great gash across my knee, right across my knee. And my father looked over my mother's shoulder as she was cleaning it and washing it and getting the stones out. And my father said, "You'll have that scar all of your life." I was so proud. I've got a scar that's going to be there all my life. I'm a real man. Like this big scar across my knee. The scar is still there, but now it's only about a third of across my knee. Do you know why? My knee grew. But the scar stayed the same size. See, scar tissue doesn't grow. And the same thing within us. When your heart gets scarred, that part of you doesn't grow. It stays a child. It's locked into where it was. That's why so many of us have reactions at times that even we, looking back, are ashamed of. Because I'm so childish, I shouldn't have done that. I must do different next time. You won't do differently next time. You'll do the same thing exactly the next time. You see, God is in the business of healing the scars of our hearts. And when He heals a scar in your heart, that part of you grows back into maturity quite quickly, thank goodness. It doesn't take 30 or 40 years, as it's taken for my knee to grow big. It doesn't take that long for your heart to grow. In fact, it can grow really quickly in a matter of days and weeks and even a few months, come into full freedom of what it's supposed to be. But you see, when your heart has been starved, when your heart has been neglected, when it's been ignored, when it's not had the input that it's had, it's not received the love it should have had, it's not received the affection that it should have had, when it's received other or the opposite of affection, and it's become twisted and contorted and tensioned inside of us and scarred and burnt and seared. When our heart has had those things happen to it, then you get locked in to the age that you're at when it happened, in that part of your heart. Not in all of it, in that part. And God's work is to heal our hearts. And how He does it, He pours His love in. The trick for us is to be able to open the hearts.